What is up, YouTubelettes? It is Puddles1 here, and I am bringing you another Showdown replay. This is a battle I just had not too long ago. It'll be long after I upload it, but right now it's not too long ago. And I looked at my ranking on my Puddles1 account, and I was like, you know what, my RU beta ranking is kind of low. Let's try and get another battle, see if we can raise it. If we lose, you know, whatever. I just decided to get another battle because I wanted another battle, and it turned out to be a really, really good battle. So I'm using the same team that I used for my Showdown Live. It's the Emboark core, and then my opponent also has that core, which is really nice. But it looks like that my defensive Pokemon, being my Amoonguss and my Gligar, are going to be doing more work than his defensive Pokemon, which are the Dragalge and the Rhyperior. One, because my Amoonguss can switch in on the Zoroark, it can switch in on the Virizion, it can switch in on the Dragalge, and my Gligar can switch in on the Emboar, it can switch in on the Virizion, and it can switch in on the Rhyperior. So the only Pokemon, if you guys noticed, that I didn't mention was going to be the Frostlass, because I didn't realize that my two defensive Pokemon are both weak to Ice, and that was the only kind of glaring weakness that I can see with it now, is that Frostlass is a huge problem. But besides that, I shouldn't have too big of a problem or with this team. I also realized that he is very, very weak to my Emboar. He's weak to my superpower, and he's weak to Earthquake. And so I can easily just come in with that and hopefully start doing some damage after I can weaken his team enough. So yeah, we're just going to go ahead and jump right into the battle, and here we go. So my opponent's going to be leading off with the Emboar, as I decide to lead off with my Bayonet. I see that he has the Choice Scarf, which tells me this is actually Emboar. So I'm going to switch out and go into my Gligar, and I'm going to take 29% from that, and I'm going to be able to go for the rocks here, hoping that I could get him out before he goes out into the Frostlass so I can break the sash, but that's not the case. I'm going to go out into my Amoonguss to take the, what I thought was going to be the Icy Wind, because I know a lot of Frostlasses are tending to carry that, but that's not the case, and now I'm going to go for the Sludge Bomb, trying to get the poison, but I don't get it, and I see he has leftovers, so he doesn't have a sash, which is, you know, whatever. And now I'm going to go for Sludge Bomb again, predicting this time for him to go out into the Virizion, but he stays in. And I was like, okay, whatever. And now I'm going to go for the Giga Drain, predicting him to stay in, but he switches out into the Dragalge, which is like, alright, great, fantastic. Now you quad resist that, and I'm going to be on taunt at the end of this turn, so that's what's going to happen. And now, knowing he's not bringing in his freaking Virizion, I'm going to go for Spore, put this thing to sleep right now. He goes for Scald, doesn't get the burn, which is I'm glad for, because I didn't get the poison on the two Sludge Bombs that I went for. So I'm going to go out to my Bayonet now, because I am adamant, I am max attack, and when I Mega Evolve, I will have base, 165 attack. So I figured that a Shadow Claw being stab and all that would do more than half, but no, doesn't even break a half, and he's going to be able to get the poison point off on me, I'm pretty sure is what that was, and then he's going to go for Scald. Luckily, he doesn't get a burn because I did get poisoned. And I'm going to be able to go out into my Amoonguss. I see he has Protect, so that's something to keep in the back of my head there. I'm going to go for Sludge Bomb, again predicting Virizion, but he doesn't switch it in ever, and I don't know why, but here I'm going to go for the Stun Spore because I'm fed up with it. I know he's going to switch out, just don't know when to what, and he goes out into the Emboar, which I think was a really big mistake, as I'm going to be able to go out into my Gligar. He gets paralyzed, unfortunately. I'm going to go for Earthquake, not going to be enough to take him out, as he goes for Flare Blitz, and you kind of see the whole min-max scale from him doing 29% and then him doing 41% the next time. But I'm going to switch out to my Amoonguss, knowing that Virizion can't really touch it. And then I see Dark Pulse, and then, shocker, it's not Virizion, it's actually Zoroark. So what I do here is I'm going to go for the Spore, knowing that he is, or I go for the Sludge Bomb. My bad, I don't go for Spore yet. And I'm pretty sure now I go for Spore, predicting him to stay in. He goes for the Scald, again, no burn, which is really lucky for me. And I do end up putting this Dragalge to sleep. And now what I see here is the score being 6-5, and I can go out of my Reuniclus, and I can set up a Trick Room and start putting holes through his team so that I can bring in my Emboar and power through the rest of it. So he brings in his Rhyperior, which is like, okay, that makes sense. He would bring this in. He probably has the Mega Horn. So I'm going to go for the Focus Blast. It does enough damage for me to take him out with a Shadow Ball on the following turn. Unfortunately, he takes me out with a Mega Horn. During the battle, I didn't see the crit. Afterwards, I calced it, and the crit mattered. I didn't know that, but the crit actually mattered. I would have been able to live that and then take him out with the Shadow Ball. But hey, you know, the game goes on. So he switches out into his Dragalge as I bring in my Amoonguss. I'm going to be able to go for, I think, the Sludge Bomb here. No, I switch out. That's right. I switch out into my Gligar, hoping he stays asleep, and he does, which is fantastic. There will be only one more turn of Trick Room. As long as he stays asleep, my Gligar will be fine. I am able to get off the Earthquake, and now I know that his best play is to go for the Protect to get up some more HP, but on the off chance that he realized it was almost pointless for him to do that, I went for the Earthquake anyway, as he does end up going for the Protect. He's going to switch out into the Virizion here, as I'm going to get off a clean 18% with that Earthquake. I'm going to go for the Roost here because I wanted to see what kind of Virizion this was. Turns out it's physical, so I'm going to switch out into my Amoonguss to take the Leaf Blade, as he does go for it. He gets a critical hit, which sucks, but, you know, I'd rather him get a critical hit on the Leaf Blade than the Stone Edge, because as you would see, the Stone Edge would take me out. I go for the Sludge Bomb. Again, no poison, which is ridiculous. And I'm going to switch out here into my Gligar to take the Leaf Blade. I take it very well, and now I'm going to go for the Roost as he goes for +4, which is fine. I really don't fear anything. I have plenty of things that can come in and take this thing out. As I go for the Earthquake, yes, the Earthquake, and I do a nice 20% as he goes for the Leaf Blade and takes me out. Now I go onto my Emboar because I realize this is low enough to die to an Earthquake, and the majority of his team at this point is weak to Earthquake. So he brings in his Frostlass, which is the one thing at the one range of HP that I cannot take out with an Earthquake. And I bring in my Bayonet in air quotes, because that's actually my Zoroark. I actually take a Shadow Ball, which is really nice, and I take the combination of Shadow Ball and Ice Beam, and I'm able to take him out with a Dark Pulse, which is fantastic, because now he brings in his Dragalge, in quotes again, as I go for the Dark Pulse. I'm going to win the speed tie, do a lot of damage to this Zoroark, and then he's going to take me out with his own Dark Pulse. And now I can just bring in my Emboar, and I can click Earthquake, because I will be able to take this out, I will be able to take the Rhyperior out, and I will be able to take the Dragalge out. I think he thought that his Rhyperior would be able to live, but that is not the case. He should probably do the Calcs, as he's actually just going to forfeit, which I did not even begin to understand. He had one Pokemon left. All he had to do was send it in, click a move, and that would have been it. It's the exact same amount of clicks that it is to click the X button and forfeit. So I don't know why he didn't just stay. But yeah, that's going to be it. And I also wanted to point out that this guy's ranking was 293 points higher than mine, and I still won. So for those of you out there that are like, oh, Puddles he's not a good battler, he's just kind of okay, and he narrates, and he's really funny, and he's got an awesome voice, and he's just a really good guy in general, and I'm so glad that I subscribed to him because of all of his quality content and how good of a person he is. There's more to me than just those amazing qualities. I'm actually a pretty good battler, and this kind of shows that I am a decent battler, that I can make the correct plays and know my own damage calcs to be able to win games. So it's kind of a bragging upload for me, and also it's an upload for you guys, because this is a very, very good battle, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. And with that being said, thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed. Follow me on Twitter, follow me on Tumblr, add me on Skype. Puddles81 is the name throughout all that. Have a great day, have a great night. Peace, love, and later, Gators.